students, welcome to video lecture. My name is Ashish. Today we'll be discussing about the completing square method to solve quadratic equations. Okay, this is from exercise 4.3 main question 1, your standard 10 textbook NCERT. Okay, so first thing we need to understand is what is the meaning of complete the square. Okay, complete the square. So if I say numbers, then 1, 9, 16, 25, 36, all these numbers are perfect square numbers. Why we call this kind of numbers as perfect square? Because if I will be taking the square root of these numbers, then I will get exact integer value of this. Okay. Now let us take square root of any another number, then this 1, 9, 16, 25. So let us take square root of 18. So you will not get perfect answer. Okay, you will not get answer in terms of integer, you will get some fractional answer. So in case of numbers, if I take square root, then if I get integer value, then that numbers will be perfect square. Or in other sense, I can say that this 9 is square of 3, this is square of 4, this is square of 5. Okay, so just like these numbers, some equations are also there which are perfect square. So how the equation can be perfect square? If I say that x plus 2 whole square, then if I expand this with the help of this formation, a plus b whole square is a square plus 2ab plus b square, then the expansion of this will be x square plus 4x plus 4. Okay, so if I will be given this equation, and if I want to solve this equation, then instead of applying that factorization method that we have done in previous video lecture, okay, we can put directly 0 and we can solve. Okay, but how will we get idea that either the given term is perfect square or not? So for that purpose we need to check last term. Okay, so here if I will be given this equation x square plus 4x plus 3, okay, then this will not be a perfect square, because we know that x square plus 4x plus 4 is perfect square. For perfect square, this first term and second term is very much important. Okay, last term we can add, subtract, we can change, but this first two terms are very important. So here if I want to make this equation perfect square, then I need to change in this last term. Instead of 3, if I write down 4 minus 1, then this total term will be a perfect square, and here minus 1 will be the remaining term. Okay, are you getting my point or not? So to make any equation perfect square, we need to change last term. Okay, so we need to remember one formation for last term, and that formation is like this: last term is equal to middle term whole square upon 4 into first term. Okay, with the help of this formation you can find out last term of any equation, by which the equation will become perfect square. Okay, so let us take one example to understand this method more. Okay, so here one equation is given. We want to solve this equation with the help of completing the square method. Now to solve this equation with the help of completing the square method, we need to find out last term by which this equation will be a perfect square. Okay, so let us discuss that how to find out last term. So the formation for the last term is middle term whole square divided by 4 into first term. So middle term whole square divided by 4 into first term. Okay, now after simplifying this, we will get 49x square divided by 8x square. So x square will get cancelled. So 49 by 8. So if I add and subtract this 49 by 8 in this equation, then this equation will become perfect square. Okay, now let us add subtract this 49 by 8 into the equation. So 2x square minus 7x plus 49 by 8 plus 3 was already there, minus 49 by 8 is equal to 0. Now this part of this equation will become perfect square. Okay, because we have added such a particular term to make this equation perfect square. Now we know that 16 is perfect square of 4, 25 is perfect square of 5. So of which polynomial, of which equation this equation will be a perfect square? So for that you need to remember a very short trick, that you find out square root of the first term. Okay, so square root of the first term we write down over here root 2x, then put the sign of middle term. Okay, then forget about the middle term, just take sign from middle term and then take square root of last term. So 7 by 2 root 2 will be the square root of last term. Okay, again understand this, that take square root of the first term, take middle sign and then take square root of the last term. Then add subtract this, so we will get 24 minus 49 divided by 8 is equal to 0. Okay, here 8 3 24 minus 49 divided by 8. So if I simplify this further, root 2x minus 7 by 2 root 2 whole square minus here 24 minus 49 will be 25 by 8. Okay, now to solve this we will take this term on right hand side. Okay, so root 2x minus 7 by 2 root 2 whole square is equal to 25 by 8. Now if I want value of x, okay, then I need to take square root both the sides. Okay, so let us take square root both the sides. So we will get root 2x minus 7 by 2 root 2 is equal to square root of 25 will be 5, square root of 8 will be 2 root 2. But here one thing you need to remember, that whenever we are taking square root both the sides of the equation, then on one side you need to put plus or minus. Okay, because while squaring we know that 2 square is 4, minus 2 square is 4, but in the opposite process I don't know that 2 square is 4 or minus 2 square is 4. So while taking square root, always remember this, that always put plus or minus sign, because we never know that either this 4 will be 2 square or minus 2 square. So we need to check both the possibilities. Okay, so every time you take square root you put plus or minus on any one side. Now we'll compare the equation, first with positive then with negative. So 5 by 2 root 2 and here root 2x minus 7 by 2 root 2 is equal to minus 5 by 2 root 2. Now we will make x subject. So if I take this term this side, then root 2x is equal to, both the denominators are same, 5 by 2 root 2 plus 7 by 2 root 2. Okay, so here 12 upon 2 root 2. So root 2 is equal to 12 divided by 2 root 2. We can cancel out this 6 and you can take this root 2x is equal to 6 divided by root 2. So x is equal to 6 by 2. Root 2 into root 2 will be 2. So answer will be 3. Okay. So in first case, if I compare with this positive number, then I will get answer as 3. Okay. Now if I will compare with the negative one, then what will be the answer? So let us check that answer also. Okay. So root 2x minus 7 by 2 root 2 is equal to minus 5 upon 2 root 2. So root 2x is equal to minus 5 upon 2 root 2 plus 7 by 2 root 2. So here root 2x is equal to minus 5 plus 7 will give you 2. 2 divided by 2 root 2, 2 will get cancelled. So x is equal to root 2 into root 2. So 1 by 2. So you will get these two answers. X is equal to 3 and x is equal to 1 by 2 with the help of this completing the square method. Okay. So write down this, understand this concept, and then we will take one more example like this. Okay. So write down this first. Here I am with another example of completing this square. The question is 2x square plus x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now we want to solve this equation with the same method, but let us change some little. So here we will divide this whole equation with 2. So what is the purpose of dividing with 2? In previous question you have noticed that in many of the terms you have got root 2. Okay. So many students have this phobia that square root terms are headache actually. Okay. So let us divide with 2. So we will not get root 2 anywhere. Okay. So x square plus x by 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. 0 by any term will be 0. So now if I find out last term for this equation, then middle term whole square divided by 4 into first term. So if I simplify this, x square divided by 4 into x square is already there. Okay, this 2 square will be in denominator. This 4 was already there. So x square cancel, 1 by 16. So the last term for this equation will be 1 by 16. Okay, so let us add subtract this 1 by 16 over here. So x square plus x by 2 plus 1 by 16 minus 2 was already there, minus 1 by 16 is equal to 0. Okay, now this will be a perfect square of which term this will be a perfect square? So all of you know this now, that we need to take square root of the first term, we will put the sign of middle one, then again take square root of the last one. So 1 by 4. Okay. Then here what we will do, here just cross multiply. So minus, if I take common, 16 into 2 will be 32 plus 1, because here actually it was negative but I have taken minus common. Okay. So inside term will change. So plus 1 divided by 16 is equal to 0. So x plus 1 by 4 whole square minus 33 by 16 is equal to 0. Take this term this side. So x plus 1 by 4 whole square is equal to 33 by 16. Now what we will do? We will take square root of both the sides. So let us take square root x plus 1 by 4, and whenever we take square root both the sides, then on any one side, generally we put on right hand side. So on right hand side we will put plus or minus the square root of root 33 will be root 33 divided by 4. Okay. So now just compare, x plus 1 by 4 is equal to root 33 divided by 4, and x plus 1 by 4 is equal to minus root 33 divided by 4. So take this to this side, x is equal to root 33 divided by 4 minus 1 by 4. We cannot add, subtract this further, just combine the denominators. Okay. So the answer will be root 33 minus 1 divided by 4, and here x is equal to minus root 33 divided by 4 minus 1 by 4. So denominators are equal. So minus root 33 minus 1 divided by 4. So these two are the solutions or say root of this equation. Okay. Now what is the benefit to divide with 2 at first? We don't have to write down root 2 over here. Okay. You can solve by the previous method also, but this will be easy one. Okay. So do remember this method. Do practice this method. I hope all of you understand this well. So share this video with your friends, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe my channel. Stay tuned, stay connected for more videos like this. Thank you so much.